published 7:05 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 15th of May 2018, updated 10:57 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 15th of May 2018. Gareth Southgate is finalising his 23-man England squad ahead of Wednesday's World Cup announcement. While many players have all but confirmed the place on the plane, question marks remain over the final few places in the Three Lions final squad. Here, Sportsmail's reporters decide who they would take. And there are some interesting suggestions all round. Gareth Southgate is in the process of deciding his final 23-man England World Cup squad: Draper, Butland, Pickford, Pope, Stones, Maguire, Walker, Trippier, Rose, Jones, Young, Tarkowski, Wilshere, Dia, Ali, Henderson, Lallana, Loftus-Cheek, Lingard, Vardy, Kane, Sterling, Rashford. Welbeck. He'd take Jack Wilshere, though I'm not sure Southgate will. And for the last centre-half position, I'm not sure it's fair to ask Gary Cahill to come to be number 5 with Dia, number 6 choice. Same goes for Joe Hart as number 3 keeper. Jack Wilshere will be praying for a place in the England squad after overcoming injury issues. Joe Bernstein, Pickford, Hart, Pope, Walker, Alexander-Arnold, Stones, Jones, Cahill, Smalling, Dia, Bertrand, Young, Sterling, Rashford, Lingard, Henderson, Ali, Loftus-Cheek, Huddleston, Grealish, Kane, Vardy, Carroll. Go for experience in defence and match winners in attack. Chris Smalling, Cahill and Ryan Bertrand have won European finals. That counts. Advanced squad players should have different attributes to starters: Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling and Dele Alli. Andy Carroll is the best English header, Tom Huddleston the best passer and Jack Grealish the best dribbler. Wildcards are good for knockout football. Doesn't matter if they're injury-prone or in the Championship. Jack Grealish could well be a Premier League player next season, and Joe Bernstein picks him. Andy Carroll is another maverick pick, but he is one of the best headers of the ball available. Dominic King, Pickford, Butland, Hart, Walker, Trippier, Stones, Maguire, Jones, Tarkowski, Bertrand, Delph, Henderson, Dia, Sterling, Loftus-Cheek, Lingard, Ali, Lallana, Wilshere, Kane, Rashford, Vardy. Welbeck. Injuries to a number of key players mean this is no easy task getting to 23 names. The big choices in this lineup would be the selection of Hart and Adama Lallana. It is easy to pick on Hart, but while there is no chance of him starting, he would be an invaluable support to Jordan Pickford and Jack Butland. I'm not sure Southgate will pick Lallana, given he has started so little for Liverpool this season, but he would make my selection because he has got back to fitness and is the type of intelligent player you could drop into any game at any given time. It's important to take 4 strikers, meanwhile, because goals win games. It's fair to say Joe Hart has not been in fine form, but he would provide invaluable support. Herbert, Butland, Pickford, Pope, Trippier, Walker, Bertrand, Young, Cresswell, Alexander-Arnold, Maguire, Stones, Tarkowski, Dia, Henderson, Wilshere, Loftus-Cheek, Ali, Sterling, Lingard, Lallana, Vardy, Kane, Rashford. Midfield is the main debate, and I go for Wilshere because he has that capacity to deliver moments of world-class quality. Can't feel confidence about John Joe Shelvey delivering game-changing class. Lallana has a level of class which justifies his presence, even though he is returning from injury. And in goes Ashley Young, who has quietly put together a fine season and brings the versatility tournament managers love. No room for Danny Rose, who's just not offered that much on the relatively modest number of times he's appeared. Ashley Young has the versatility the tournament managers love, according to Ian Herbert, Mike Keegan, Pickford, Butland, Pope. Walker, Rose, Stones, Bertrand, Maguire, Tarkowski, Jones, Young, Trippier, Delph, Dia, Henderson, Lingard, Ali, Wilshere, Lallana, Sterling, Rashford, Kane, Vardy. Honourable mentions for Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Cahill, who are unlucky to miss out. I honestly think Wilshere can deliver in one of the few positions where we are seriously short of options. This is a decent squad. Expectation should be the quarterfinals. Harry Kane is one of a select few picked in every one of our reporters' 23-man England squads. Craig Hope, Pickford, Butland, Pope, Trippier, Alexander-Arnold, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Cahill, Young, Rose, Dia, Henderson, Shelvey, Wilshere, Loftus-Cheek, Ali, Lingard, Sterling, Kane, Rashford, Vardy. Defer the likely omission of Shelvey, and the reasons behind it are short-sighted and lazy. Temperament. He has not been booked since December. As for being a bad tourist, his apparent moody demeanor is actually misunderstood. He is more shy than sullen. I would take him and start him. Elsewhere, I'd take Jermaine Defoe for obvious reasons. One chance, one goal in extra time. Jonjo Shelvey is misunderstood and should be a starter for England, according to Craig Hope. Whitwell, Butland, Pickford, Pope, Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Cahill, Rose, Young, Alexander-Arnold, Henderson, Dia, Loftus-Cheek, Sterling, Lingard, Ali, Lallana, Sessegnon, Vardy, Kane, Rashford. Welbeck. Nick Pope over Hart as third goalkeeper for his tremendous record this season, while Young deserves a place for consistency, experience, and dead ball deliveries. Cahill would get a recall after coming back into the Chelsea side. Alexander-Arnold has impressed hugely and Kyle Walker could play right-sided centre-back. Big call would be inclusion of Ryan Sessegnon, only 18 on Friday but so exciting, clearly mature, and a goal threat. Wilshere. Jake Livermore would be safer central midfield options. But let's be bold. Ryan Sessegnon only turns 18 on Friday, but he is exciting, mature and adds a real goal threat. Sami Mokbel. Pickford, Butland, Pope, Stones, Jones, Maguire, Walker, Trippier, Young, Bertrand, Alexander-Arnold, Dia, Henderson, Ali, Lallana, Loftus-Cheek, Lingard, Sterling, Delph, Kane, Vardy, Welbeck, Rashford. Biggest call here is no Wilshere. Hart. Hart's form has been poor. Despite his experience, he doesn't justify his place. Wilshere should be in the squad, but I fear doubts over his body during an intense tournament may prevent Southgate from selecting him. Jordan Pickford is in good form and is many of our reporters' number one goalkeeper choice. Jack Gorkin. Pickford, Butland, Pope, Walker, Alexander-Arnold, Stones, Maguire, Jones, Smalling, Bertrand, Rose, Dia, Ali, Henderson, Lingard, Shelvey, Lallana, Sessegnon, Kane, Vardy, Rashford, Welbeck. Sterling. Pope has outperformed Hart and deserves the nod, while Young would be very unlucky to miss out. Sessegnon is the wildcard given a lack of options in midfield. Burnley goalkeeper Nick Pope, centre, is in ahead of Hart as Jack Gorkin opts for you the damn Crafton. Pickford, Butland, Pope, Alexander-Arnold, Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Jones, Cahill, Rose, Young, Dia, Henderson, Ali, Lingard, Sterling, Wilshere, Delph, Vardy, Kane, Rashford. Welbeck. I've left Hart out because he is now a shadow of his former self. Alexander-Arnold has been outstanding for Liverpool and has forced his way in, particularly with Walker adept at centre-half. Midfield is the hardest, but I feel Fabian Delph deserves a place after his form this season, and central midfield is his best position. Not quite convinced Loftus-Cheek has done enough to go to Russia. And I would try one last phone call to James Milner to tease him out of retirement. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been outstanding for Liverpool and is in Adam Crafton's squad. Laura Lambert, Pickford, Butland, Pope, Walker, Trippier, Stones, Sessegnon, Maguire, Rose, Alexander-Arnold, Jones, Dia, Ali, Lingard, Sterling, Shelvey, Henderson, Lallana, Loftus-Cheek, Sancho, Kane, Rashford, Vardy. No room for an out-of-form Hart, so I would hope to see Pickford, Butland and Pope on the plane. Sessegnon, Shelvey and Sancho are 3 wildcard picks, but they have been brilliant this season for Fulham, Newcastle and Borussia Dortmund respectively. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has impressed on loan at Palace and is being touted by many this week. Amitai Winehouse, Pickford, Keaton, Pope, Tarkowski, Rose, Jones, Maguire, Trippier, Walker, Stones, Alexander-Arnold, Delph, Dia, Loftus-Cheek, Ali, Cook, Henderson, Shelvey, Cork, Sterling, Kane, Rashford, Vardy. I've gone on form rather than reputation, which is why certain players have missed out. 2 Burnley goalkeepers and Pickford are the best options between the sticks. Jack Hawke is underrated. Delph is good enough for the champions. Shelvey has been outstanding recently. Louis Cook goes as a project for the next World Cup. Raheem Sterling is another player who makes it into every one of our reporters' 23-man squads. England managers have long been criticised for picking big names no matter how poor the form has been, so who would make it in on this year's performances alone? Bookmakers have compiled a final 23-man squad based purely on statistical analysis from games in 2018, so see who should make it in after a barnstorming second half to the Premier League season. There are a few huge surprises. England's 23-man squad based on 2018 form alone: Jack Butland, Ben Foster, Jordan Pickford, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, John Stones, James Tompkins, Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker, Leighton Baines, Ben Chilwell, Eric Dier, Jordan Henderson, Jake Livermore, Dele Alli, Jesse Lingard, Raheem Sterling, Jordan Ibe, Marcus Rashford, Jacob Murphy, Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy, Andre Gray.